Scales of Music podcast.
Like, this guy's gonna be around for a long time.
Put Nickelback on the list. Put them on the list. Ooh,
he is amazing. So yes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to part 2 of the Super Bowl halftime reaction. We are joined by the amazing Mr. Zack Tinsley. Sounded pretty pristine and clean on the microphone today.
Oh, yeah. Got a brand new set. I no longer have a totally broken voice. Still recovering a little. But yeah, we just got this new microphone set up. My wife wasn't too happy I spent the kind of money I spent on it, but hey, had to be done, you know? Anybody watching this on YouTube, I moved into a new house recently, and my room obviously isn't dirty. I have, 2 records in the back that you can see for aesthetics. It's Deloused in the Chromatorium by the Mars Volta and The Moon in Antarctica by Modest Mouse. So there's your music recommendation for the week if you've never listened to that.
Modest Mouse is amazing.
Yeah, that's their best album too. They've got a lot of great stuff, but that if you don't like them, that will hook you. And if you do like them, that will make you go, wow.
So, Mr. Tinsley, what did you think of the Super Bowl halftime show?
Well, I'm wearing my Titans hat today. I'm in an NFL spirit. I'm in a football spirit. Obviously, obviously neither of our teams could really pull it off this year. But
That's AFC
first of
South
all,
for you.
I thought the game was great. It kind of stunk that there was a lot of issues with refereeing in it. The fact that was a major talking point of the game really stunk. But I thought it was fun. So we posed the question: Is it more likely that the halftime show is terrible or the game is terrible? And I think we got like a hit both ways, right? I thought the game was really good, and I thought the halftime show was really great. So I'll just go out and say I did not think it was the best halftime show of all time. I definitely think it was one of the better ones. It was not better than Bruno Mars. I personally thought Bruno Mars, I already kind of liked him, but then when I saw his halftime show, it almost made me go, dude, like I want to go to one of his concerts. That was so good. He really came out and was like, look, I am the new James Brown, the new Michael Jackson. Like I am this guy. Right. And so to me, that show was perfect because he did everything I would want to do in like a mini 20-minute set. Right. The one knock I have on this show, and I sort of said it whenever we were talking about, like when we were previewing it, is I think there was just too many people. Again, no disrespect to Mary J, no disrespect to Kendrick, but I didn't need those guys. I thought the 50 Cent was awesome. Him coming out upside down like he was in the music video. And here's the thing. Everybody's making fun of the fact that he's fat. Like, did you think he was fat? Because I just thought he was swole. Like, I thought he was like I was like, dude, that guy got like pound for pound. Look at this dude. Did he get fat or like, because to me, I thought he looked like he's just been pumping iron.
Oh, he beefy.
No, he's beefy, all right, but I don't think he's beefy on like chalupas. Like, I feel like this dude is like shooting up. But maybe so. I don't know. But I was like, dude, this guy looks like he could like pick up a truck right now. I feel like he was trying to get on the field like Aaron Donald. Look at me. Actually, the best was somebody said something like, our 50 Cent is this generation's dollar or something like that. I thought that was awesome. When he came out, he was hanging upside down. He was doing the thing. Like, I don't know, man, that really brought me back. But like the best part about the show was Snoop. I thought, again, this dude shows like, hey, I'm in my 50s and I can still do this thing. And I really do believe that if you're in our demographic, right? So anywhere between, let's say 30, maybe 28 to 45, like that was your show, right? Like that was us. Everything, like a lot of the stuff that Snoop Dogg and Dre did was even before our time, right? Like they did a lot of stuff in the early 90s. We were 2-3 years old. So my prediction was correct. They played no song post 2001 outside of the new people. So
You were right on that.
I hit that because it really just makes sense, right? I mean, they're just going to play their biggest hits. But it would have been more fun if they would have done Forgot About Dre rather than just Eminem coming out to it. But they didn't have time to do that because they let Mary J have 2 songs. They let Kendrick have whatever song that was. Like, okay, yeah, but did he like make up something different for that show? Because it sounded way different to me.
Kinda, and they had they had to dumb down Mad City anyways, just because there was a couple things on it that they didn't want said. Like they gave Snoop a hard time about wearing his colors.
Really? Why? He was just Rams colors. Dude's LA true and true.
Gang, I mean Crip.
Right, but I mean it was like gold and yellow. You know what I mean?
It's like nobody cares.
Everybody knows he's blue. Whatever.
And it's on the left.
I've not heard that criticism, but I mean, I thought it was really good. I think you could definitely put it in like a top 5, top 6 for sure. I mean, I would still say of ones I've seen, it's probably top 5, you know, with Prince and Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake. And then maybe that one, you know, I mean, I don't know where I would rank order them, but those would come to mind. Again, I wasn't really there for the Michael Jackson one, but if you've watched it at all, that one is better than this one. So yeah, I mean, this one it was good. They did what you wanted it to. I thought Snoop came out like he clearly had some before. So, you know,
Elevated.
Oh yeah. I mean, he looked good. And I mean, like I said, he still got it though. Like, you know, like I love Dre, but it was like, dude, Dre, you're like kind of getting old, you know, but Snoop, I wanted him to keep going. I was like, dude, he is the definition of some guy of, like I said, classic rap, dude. That's where we're at this point with that music. It's classic music at this point. And you know, you listen to classic rock, right? And you know, there's some bands that you say, oh, they don't got it anymore. Really, you're just going to see them for nostalgia purposes. I mean, Snoop and Eminem, like even 50 Cent's kind of behind a little, you know, they still got it. And Snoop really got it. Like he was great. I hated the fact that he got 2 verses. I was like, dude, give this guy more. This is what I want. I want like I just do the whole Doggy Style album like for the next Super Bowl, you know?
Everybody at the party we were at, oh my God, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's up, guys. Snoop Dogg.
He was
I love
so good,
Snoop
man.
Dogg.
But yeah, I would go as far as to say the show was probably better than the game, but barely.
Yeah, sadly, I have to agree.
And only because the game was hindered by the fact that, you know, the Bengals got that touchdown on that face mask where he just threw Jalen Ramsey to the ground. But then the Rams like won the game because of that phantom holding call at the end of the game at the 1 yard line. That was not a hold at all.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And I'm not even a Bengals fan. Like I was cheering for the Rams. I wanted Matt Stafford to get his Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like I'm a huge Cooper Kupp fan, but
That boy's nasty.
Dude, that was not a hold. So if you just take those 2 things into account, some of the poor refereeing and the fact that Sean McVay wanted to run the ball 900 times, like, dude, throw. We're not here for you to run.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But yeah, I would say if I had to rank it, I'd probably put it like 5 or 6. I would say, but that is because again, I'm really partial to the ones that come out and just give me a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like by the time I got to Kendrick, it was like too much. Also, I'm pretty sure, and we can go back to listen to the tape, but I think I nailed the order too. Didn't I say it would be Dre and Snoop come out? Then they would throw it to Mary J because like she's the least. Then they would give it to Kendrick to get the new people in, and they would end it with Eminem.
I'm pretty sure you called that.
I think that was my prediction because obviously no one knew 50 was going to be on. Let's roll back the tape, baby, because I'm pretty sure.
I think you called it. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back and watch that.
I was a prophet on this. All right.
NFL.
I hit the set.
Hiya, boy.
I should have put a bunch of prop bets on this one.
Oh,
I would have had them.
what a.
Oh, but
My only issue
But
with
yeah,
it is
I mean-
that Pac wasn't involved enough, and they should have hit 50 better.
well, they did play.
Saw
I ain't mad at
50's
you.
white tank top walk out in the box. Like when the cameras come over, I'm like, bro, that's rule number 1. You don't do that. You should have been hidden in that transition. Everybody saw you walk up there.
Yeah. Well, he did play the intro to I Ain't Mad at You, which was cool. The other thing I thought was weird, and maybe I'm the only one that really noticed this, but didn't you think it was weird that the stage was set up to where, like, if you were on, like, the back side, you couldn't see them at all? Like, you had to watch it on the monitor? Like, their stage looked like a bus, right? Like, it looked like a house. But everybody that was on the inside of it, the people behind them, they couldn't see them because they were all facing that one side of the stadium.
Yeah.
So that would have, like, kind of sucked to pay all that money. Like, if you're just kind of a random guy who decided they wanted to, you know, spend his money to go to the Super Bowl one time ever, and you, like, were on that side, that would suck.
Yeah. I even heard the people up in the nosebleeds had a hard time hearing.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, you've been to a concert in, like, an open stadium, right? Yeah, you can't hear anything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
too much. It'd be too much.
If
bullshit.
I go to a concert in an open stadium, it is, like, for the funds and not for the hearing the music.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. That's why I won't do it. Like, if I'm going to go see, like, a Garth Brooks or someone big, like, I want to go in an arena, you know?
Speaking of that, he's gonna be in Indiana, I think, sometime this year.
That would be sweet. I would love that.
It's got announced. Garth's gonna be touring somewhere.
But I did, yeah, so I just really thought it was weird that Kendrick played the song that he played. Because, again, you're doing that whole thing for publicity, and yet you play a song that really only people that really like him know, and you play sort of an edited style version of it that even the people like myself who's heard that song, I didn't even know what song he was singing until I looked it up, and I was like, oh, yeah. So I thought that was weird.
I was like, Matt, I was like, what? And the thing about it is it's like they were all associated with Dre and his productions, but I was like, that one just wasn't.
Right.
Like, I wish he would have done Humble, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
That would have been culturally appropriate. All got along, we probably gonna be down by the end of the song.
yeah.
Would have been good. But the NFL said no.
You said he couldn't play that one?
They said they couldn't do a lot of stuff. They were supposed to.
See, that's why I thought he would do. That's why I thought he would do DNA, because it's all raps all in my DNA. You know what I mean?
Loyalty, got loyalty, it's in my DNA.
Exactly.
He makes some catchies.
I thought that would be like a great song because it's super catchy. It's all about like being in love with rap, right? Like, but did Dre produce that song that he sang? Is that why he sang it?
I'm pretty sure all of those productions were Dre productions.
Okay. I mean, well, that would make sense then if that was the song that he did with Dr. Dre.
Yeah. I was like, it's probably just their collaborative songs and just kind of putting together. I mean, they kept it dynamic in my opinion,
Right.
but I still think
It wasn't bad, by the way. It just was a little strange.
I just don't think the songs that we were expecting were used. And that's what makes it so different, I guess, or
Right.
just kind of so awkward. But I loved it. but Kendrick's song was like really the only one that I had an issue with.
Right.
So you have to put that in your top 5, top 6?
I would, yeah. Of ones that I can that I've watched and that I can think of were a good production. I mean, you could make an argument for some of those older ones, like the Aerosmith, or not the Aerosmith, but like the Rolling Stones and the Who and some of those others that just got up and played their songs and stuff.
Oh.
But I mean, I just don't remember them, and I watched them, but I literally don't. I don't remember really the Who. I don't really remember Bruce Springsteen. I remember Coldplay being bad. I remember Maroon 5 being weird. So I'm just thinking of, okay, which ones when I watched it, I remember at the end going, oh wow, that was really good, or oh, that was they did a good job,
Yeah.
I think there was a lot to be desired, but I literally think the only thing they could have done different is just cut Mary J, Kendrick, and just do more Chronic. You know what I mean? Or maybe give Eminem one more of his songs and just do those 3 and then do Into Club, which worked. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
That's it. But for the people who did perform, I thought they did very, very well. And yeah, I mean, they could do it again and I wouldn't be upset.
I think they should go on tour.
That would be cool.
Up in Smoke all over again.
So what about you? I didn't see your thing yet. I've been kind of busy. Would you say it's the best or no?
It's not the best. It's one of them.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
It's in my top 6.
Right. So we're in the same headspace there. Okay.
We're in the same boat.
It's like the Kevin Durant halftime shows. It's really great. It sort of needed to make a decision to be great, but it's not all time,
The Kevin Durant of halftime shows. Wow. I'm going to have to use that one now. Wow. But yeah, it's in my top 6 for sure. Just a lot of good elements. I mean, with what they worked with and what limitations that the NFL put on them, they still did a lot of cool stuff, I thought. As far as overall energy and this impact, I think impact wise is probably top 3.
Right.
Just because of the generation it hit and how wide that gap is.
Right. I think the stupid conservative talking point thing about Eminem doing his kneeling thing, when he's clearly came out and said he wasn't doing it for Colin Kaepernick, he was doing it in reference to Tupac.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. And
listen, I mean, I would consider myself more conservative than a left-leaning, right? But I just think I think that is so dumb that all of those outlets and they're all oh man, he kneeled. What a terrible guy. First of all, who cares at this point?
Yeah.
And second, I mean, once again, for national media, I don't care if you're right or left, learn the context before you make a comment, right? They told him not to kneel because of the connotation that it would have, but he knelt for Tupac.
I'm going to hit it again. Thank you. Yeah, I was it's a tribute to him. And I knew exactly what it was because, I was uh-oh. And then I saw his hand just do that.
Yeah.
I knew that was it. I knew exactly what Marshall was doing.
Well, and listen, and again, I'll go on record right now. I'm not a big fan of people kneeling for the flag and all that stuff. I'm not. You know what I mean? I think that there's a respect given to your country, especially if you're the kind of person making millions of dollars that the capitalism of this country has set up for you. It's a little ridiculous to make certain political arguments. And I mean, we could get into the Kaepernick thing, for another time. But again, even if you're like me and you aren't a fan of kneeling you know, like that, right? Learn the context, right? The context was a respect, not a protest.
Yeah.
Y'all liked it when Tim Tebow did it.
Well, and that's the thing. Not to go on this tangent, but it's like when you need to pray. Back in the day, kneeling was a sign of respect.
Yeah.
And now it's sideways, so it's just like, bleh.
Right. And even if it is a protest, like even if, you know, like I said, hey, if that's the way you want to protest by taking a knee, again, I don't like it. I wouldn't do it. But like, is America like you were allowed to? And it's pretty peaceful. Am I right? Nobody's rioting. You're just doing it. You know what I mean?
Taking a load off.
Exactly. So I mean, you know, I think it's dumb, but I think it's perfectly fine. But again, and I also understand why the NFL said don't do it, because they've had a lot of issues with that. They've lost a lot of viewership over it. People are not going to take it in context. Again, every conservative outlet and their companion mother is running,
Oh, kneeling, you kneeled.
like,
I mean, it's not. I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, some of these outlets like I listen to, and so when they were started to, I just skip it. I'm like, this is dumb. Like, why are we on this?
I see it. I'm just like, Saya. But yeah.
Also, don't tell Eminem not to do something, because he will just do it.
Like the amount of memes of people saying it's like, you tell Eminem not to kneel, he's going to do it. Sit down and shut the F up, basically.
Dude, if this was 2004 Eminem, he would have just given everybody the bird.
Oh my gosh.
He wouldn't have came out to lose yourself. He would have, done.
He probably
just don't give an F.
He probably would have brought Triumph out.
That would have been really stupid.
Welcome to Super Bowl 56. Fuck you.
Right.
Yeah, that's Triumph. Sorry, guys. That's my impersonation of Triumph the puppet dog. He's a mere puppet, and you will love it. I think it was a good show, and I think you do too. But yeah. I think it's definitely one that I think it's going to be a highly discussed show for quite some time.
Yeah.
Controversially.
And like I said, I mean, I don't know anybody in our age group, not a single person in our age group that didn't like it. Not one. Everybody liked it. But
plenty of above.
Yeah.
Plenty. I did not like it. I will not like it. That's it.
When are they going to get the white people back on?
Grandma, there was a white person.
He's one of those albinos. Kidding.
Well, I like him.
One with the dreads. Poop, doop, what's his name? Snoop. I don't give a damn.
It all just depends on how you feel about the Beyonce show. I mean, I thought hers was all right. I would say it's better than that one.
Kanye say it would be the best of all time.
Oh, what, Beyonce's?
Yeah.
There are people who, I mean, I don't know. I'm not as big a fan of Beyonce. I understand what she's done for music, and I understand that her talent level is incredible. And I've said on this show before, my 6-year-old's favorite song to play in the car is Say My Name by Destiny's Child, which is a little weird, but like, it's a bop.
We grew up on Columbus Top 40. We'll let it slide. Well, guys, there you have.
Well, before we go, I want to tell you something.
Oh, no.
There's something I saw that I thought was the most insane thing ever. I saw a kids bop of Miss Jackson.
No.
A kids bop
No.
of Miss Jackson.
No. Where?
And it was a blonde, white-headed boy
I know what you're talking about.
who did, I'm going to say one last time, a kid's bop of Miss Jackson, a song about impregnating a girl. And
What are you gonna do? Use your push
then
pop?
breaking up with her and telling her mother, sorry, I can't raise my illegitimate son.
I gotta go to school.
Anyways,
Mommy says I can't come over tonight. So
I
can
just
you
needed to
watch
bring that
Tony?
I needed to bring that up before we exited because I'm agape. It was like, but I listened to all of it. All right, we can go.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Part 2 of the Super Bowl halftime show review from Mr. Zach Tinsley. Look out for us next week. We've got a good episode coming up. We're going to be joined by my good buddy Tyler Kammerer and his buddy Mark, 2 members of the Indianapolis, I could say alternative kind of pop punk band, Stereo Bella. They've got a few singles out on iTunes. They'll be joining us next week. And then in a couple episodes, we've got a good friend of Zack and I is one of our old teachers, one of our old choir director. He is going to join us on, and we're just going to talk a little bit on how important music is in schools, but also what influenced him over the years, and have some fun conversations.
Is he going to tell me why we don't talk about Bruno is so good?
I mean, we can talk about it.
Is he going to, I mean, that's what he does. That's his forte, right? Like he has to explain to me why we all love it so much.
I think he'll be able to easily explain it for sure.
That's all I need.
Sir, excuse me.
That should be fun. Looks like we've got some fun coming up. I'm very excited.
Yeah, working on some more here. Also, we got to talk about some classic rock too. Get hold of Eric and Colin, get those guys back in, and have some fun again. So,
Eric's opinions are so bad, though.
no, they're not.
Just kidding.
They're valuable. Got a little bit of farmers humor. But, all right, guys, it's Michael and Zach, Scales and Music Podcast. We'll see you soon. Peace.